we're going to talk about giving your eyes and your mouths different shapes, which giving them a different shape and a different look will change the expression on your faces. This is a really common way when you're first starting to draw of how people draw their eyes. The ovals are pretty standard, and the irises are full circles, and the pupils are right in the middle. So this gives your eyes more of a like startled look, or I'm absolutely staring at you look. You might want this look, and by all means, if you do, draw it. But I'm going to show you some different styles of eyes. So you can see on this one, the eyes look totally different. The eyes are rounded. They have their irises are cut off on both the top and the bottom on both sides. The pupil has this little white area right here. That's what we call the eye shine. It gives your eyes a little bit more definition. This one has a shaped eyelid and a little bit of eyelashes. So that's a totally different look than this. And there's a little bit of personality into these eyes. Here's another style. This one kind of gives a worried look. I boxed off or squared off the shape of her eyes, and her eyes are a little bit closer together, not in the middle. Her eyelid is squared off. So again, that's just another example of a different shape that you could create. This is another shape. Again, also darkening your eyelids make a difference. This one, I took up more space for the pupil, the iris and the pupil. Again, just added a different shape to the eyelid and very basic shading in the eye. So, you can get as detailed as you want in the iris and add lines, make it in color. These are just pencil, as we just started doing some drawings, and they were on the pencil side. And if you notice, I did, again, start out each of my my drawings with my 3 circles. I did leave the circle in a couple of them so you can see that. These eyes are a little smaller, little squintier. They have more of a cat eye shape. And again, I gave a little bit more detail into the iris on this one. But again, I left the white spot. If you have like a gel pen, or you could try it with some chalk. This happens to be a little bit of paint that I just swiped in there to get some color in there. Okay, and again, here's just another one. And again, her eyelids have a different slant. She does have a little bit of eyelashes in there. I did not do any shading in her eye, and the bottom lid kind of just comes across. And they all do kind of have their tear ducts. I didn't talk about that, but the different shape in which you do your tear ducts will also, change your expression. So if you look at the difference, let me pull this out a little bit. If you look at the difference between these ones, like the tear ducts are more pointed down here. These ones are more slanted up here. So again, these 2 eyes have a totally different appearance. It would change the way that my face looks and the expressions that I'm trying to achieve. So again, just kind of play around and make some different shapes and see what kind of different eyes you can come up with. Okay, so now we're going to talk about lips. Lips can be all sorts of different shapes. This one I created was just kind of a skinnier lip. It's a little bit whiter, very heart-shaped. I tend to go to the heart-shaped lips, but again, you can definitely change your style. There's always the middle the middle line in your lips, and it depends on where you do your shading. You can shade more on the edges, on the bottom, on the top, depending on, just play around and kind of see what you have. This one is more of a little bit of a pouty look. I more enhanced just the middle line, a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom. Left a little bit of whiteness in here for kind of the, you know, the poutiness of the lip, and a little bit right there. This one as well is more on the pouty look. I gave this one a little bit more definition on the top line, and I put little lines in there and kind of smudge them in. That's the lines of the lip to kind of show in direction. I left just a little bit of lightness on the top lip. A lot of times if you do the bottom lip in a darker shade, then that will bring out your top lip and just give your lips a different look. This is a bigger, fuller lip, and again, I added some lines. I don't do this quite as often. I was just doing this for the example. These are a little bit darker, but again, depends on what you're trying to achieve in your lips to see if you like that. This is just to kind of give you a bigger example of kind of the direction of the lines on your lips. And again, they would go up this way and down into a little motion. Leaving these whiter again gives you more definition in your lips and shading off on the corners. So hopefully that was helpful. So just take some time, play with your designs, and see what kind of shapes you come up with, and you'll kind of find the styles in which you like. So give it a shot.